I want to get some actual endings for this video.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Oh, did I do it? Yes, I did it. Yay! This is another ending. Whee!
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
Oh my god.
What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and
Like
this
way
is rich.
too long.
Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
No. Yes. Yeah, I don't remember if it just automatically resets or if I have to reset it. I'm just gonna reset it. Let's do it again. Just like the guy said.
At first, what do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
I don't remember how long this goes on for. I think the song loops. There's only 3 more endings, so I want to get through them. Well, 3 more, like, proper endings, I guess. So yeah, let's begin the game again.
Came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
No, this one I want to get now.
This was
this
not
way.
the correct. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before.
Excuse me?
Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply. madly. Love. But eager to get
I don't
back to
remember that
business,
dialogue
Stanley
line.
took the first open door on his left.
Yeah, we go here.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nah. We go down here instead.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
This is a pretty cool ending.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
This is a pretty cool ending as far as I recall.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now,
This is quite the
right,
quite the
left,
nuts
down,
ending as far as I
left,
recall.
Right. Yep. Okay. Yes, I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Rustling papers, like trying to determine shit which way is he gonna go.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. Just
employee
back
fired.
to, who am I
Employee
kidding?
fired.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Except, if I'm not mistaken,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
is this not the one that I was thinking it is? Maybe not.
When Stanley... Wait.
Yeah,
what?
no, it is. Yeah, perfect.
No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh.
Yes.
Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Yeah. This is quite the strange ending. A strange path, I guess. Quite the strange journey. Because there's a proper maze going on here. And it loops back on itself, so like that's back into the main room again.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
You continually return to the start and begin again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Except
Stanley
that-
decided to go to the meeting room.
Yeah.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, I don't remember.
Aha!
Oh?
I knew we'd missed something. The story.
It's one of these.
Here it comes.
It's like a looping room.
No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, I remember bits of this, but I don't remember how this goes in its entirety.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what?
What's happening?
Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job. Oh no.
This isn't how it
I
ends.
don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Yeah, here we go. This is the one. This is the part that I remembered.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
And it like leads into new places in the office which we've never been. I'm still trying to keep an eye out for the input computer. I don't remember where the third one is. Is it on one of these other computers that's out like this way? I don't remember.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay.
Just
now,
quick
if
save
my
it, 'cause
experience of your existence
I wanna go off
rests
the track.
inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
God, what the hell?
You know what? I think
this-
what we
oh,
need
okay,
right
yeah.
now
All
is
good.
a
We
bit
just
of
looped.
music to lighten the mood.
That's right. The line starts going up the wall and stuff like that. The line just like crazy. The spirals and stuff, and zigzagging. Monthly ledgers, annual views, there's all sorts of things in here. It definitely gets more confusing as we go.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it
Oh my
closely
God.
and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I don't remember where the story goes. Oh dear.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. The
line just keeps moving.
You do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh my god. So yeah, it starts going like over the top of itself, which you know means it's like
Oh, no,
Lid back
not
here.
again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through,
my God.
Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
and I'm pretty sure it just keeps going, doesn't it? It doesn't really
You know
stop.
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
This just opens a random door. And we just start wandering. Wandering into the
Now,
office.
yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
It's
What do
another
you
one of
want
these
our
loops.
story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Just don't acknowledge it, yeah. I like how it's implied that it broke through the roof just there. It's it's a line.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds
Oh my God,
with
I'm
the
not gonna do that anymore.
counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
That
Another
logic.
victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny
There was no victory
awaits.
The confusion ending.
Hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
16 minutes.
You're telling me
Probably right,
that's
actually.
what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times? That's really how all this goes?
Oh
It's
my
all
God.
determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean... Did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Oh dear. I don't actually remember what
So-
happens here.
Okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
It's just... Ah. Okay. I think we're back on normal paths now. So, I'm gonna follow the normal path. Wait, actually, which paths haven't I done yet? Okay, so there's two proper endings
Stanley came
left.
to a set of
I
two
just had a
open
look.
doors. He entered the door on his left.
Both require that you go the correct, this way, this normal way. Yeah, you walk upstairs, you get to here. Oh, what the? Oh, executive bathroom. I don't remember this. I don't remember being in the executive bathroom, but alright. Oh. Oh, I can even go in there. I don't remember that. Is there something on here? This is the third computer. That's right. There's still two more. Damn it. This, what the hell? I don't remember this. This isn't the ending I was gonna get. This isn't where I was planning to go. Oh, okay. It's just a side thing. I thought it... Yeah. I was like, I don't remember this being an ending. Okay, because I don't remember many of the secret things like that, the little side things. The ending I want to get is if you walk in...
Okay, I think
No!
we all know the drill by now.
God
Blah,
damn it.
Blah, blah. Dark secrets,
I went
the
too far.
keypad, Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Damn it,
Cool
it closed too
surprise.
quickly. Okay, well I'll just get the other ending then. There's another ending this way as well. Shit. I wanted to get the super secret ending, but I failed. We do all these things, click
The
buttons.
lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens, the heart of the
So,
operation. Controls
this room you
labeled
get to
with
see
emotions. Happy
at
or
first,
sad,
but you don't get to do
or
anything with
content.
it to start with.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Except
For
that I do
he
want it.
Would... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
It's like, oh god.
It's your time to
No.
shine. You are the star. It's
think I have to
your
go around and
story
press all the
now.
buttons.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
I don't
More
think this
time
does
to
anything.
talk about
I think this
you,
is just a waste of
about
time.
me, where we're going.
Because I don't
What all this
honestly think you
means.
can...
I barely know where to start.
I don't believe
What's
you can
that?
actually stop
You'd
anything.
like to know where your co-workers are. A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not?
No!
These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Yeah.
Oh,
None of the
dear
buttons
me,
in
what's
this
the
room
matter,
do
Stanley?
anything.
Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These
there a
numbered
button 4?
buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe
there's a
this big
button.
red button.
There's a 4 up
Or
here.
this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a
Don't laugh at me.
disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death.
No.
You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
No.
You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you...
Goodbye, employee 47.
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left, Destruct. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count.
No.
It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Ta-da! Yeah, I always felt like you could stop it in some way, but there is no way to stop it. The buttons in that room are meaningless. So, one more thing I want to do.
Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the
this
orders
employee, there
stopped
it is.
coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Wait, what the hell? It's not letting me push it. Maybe you have to get on the disc to do it.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started. And if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Oh, there we go. Pressed it. That was weird, it wouldn't press. Okay, is that the second to last one? Yeah, okay, so I'll go and do the ending I meant to do last time. Okay, so I believe, like, you take a step in... What the? It's already done the, like, that part of it. You walk through there and then you, like... Oh, what?
Here's the door, just go.
No. I keep failing to do the ending that I want to do. Alright, we'll begin again, and we'll try and do that one. Well, we'll try and do another one if we can. Yeah, this one. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. Press all the buttons. Do they reset after a while? I don't remember. But there's just buttons. Endless buttons. Yeah, they slowly pop back up after a while. So you can just push buttons endlessly. Yeah, so you just arrive in this heaven of Stanley's personal heaven, you know, just pushing buttons. But whatever the case, I believe this is endless, so let's begin again. Now, we'll try and get the very last ending, if possible. The one that I've tried several times now, and failed every time. So now you go this way, you go in here, and then before the doors close...
Here's the door.
There we go. There we go, I did it. You walk in just far enough that you sort of almost trigger it, and then walk out. And then you can go all the way back. Past the choice. Back to Stanley's office, except that the door next to Stanley's office, 428, is open. And suddenly, we're here. You are now leaving. Escape pod bay for floor 760. Yeah, so we see like a window into the office. This is like the window that you fall out of to get the special window ending. You have like, there's like two-way or one-way glass, sorry. This is one of the weirdest, most abstract endings. And here's another one, identical, despite being a floor above. And here's another one. I'm not going to do that every time, because we have to get to floor 5, is it 760? Yeah, we have to go up 3 more floors, so I ain't sticking around. And 760, here we are. Escape pod launch bay. Escape. There it is. It's the only one with like, what the frick? Yeah, so, that's a weird frickin' ending. I believe I have seen all of the actual proper endings. There are a couple of things like the door 430 that I'd have to reset some things to get to work properly. And there are definitely more secrets and more voice lines and stuff that we haven't heard. Also, the baby game thing where you gotta stop the baby from hitting the fire. There is actually an ending if you do that for 4 hours. Screw that! Whatever the case, I believe we've basically seen everything this game has to offer. So, I'm gonna leave that there. If you like what you saw, hit like. If you want to see more from me, then subscribe. I'm always fascinated by this kind of game. I wish there was another game that was in the same vein, but, you know, very different, had a very different style of story. But until such a time as we have another one of those games, thank you so much for watching, and as always,